Hey, Eric.
Hey, Chris.
There's been some news in Final Fantasy Tactics world that has broken since the last time we congregated down here in the basement.
Yeah, what's that?
Jason Schreier made a comment on Reddit that says the Final Fantasy Tactics remake is happening. Did we do that?
We didn't do that.
I think we were already aware.
Yeah, that's not news. Like, I would highlight that under resurfaced existing knowledge as opposed to hot leaks.
In this age of the internet, all news is news.
I think you mean Jason Schreier, former Retrograde Amnesia audio cameo guest, right?
Yes, contributor.
Right.
Yes. Suikoden 2, Episode 1. Please see Season 4. Further confirmation, I guess you would say, right?
Yeah.
Like this, it originally was surfaced in the NVIDIA leaks, correct me if I'm wrong?
Correct.
Yes. So, Eric, what are your expectations for the Final Fantasy Tactics remake?
It could be anything. A lot of people have the Tactics Ogre Reborn remake in their minds because that's a similar PSP to PS4 revamp, redo pipeline.
Yeah, let us cling together.
But people are kicking around remake, which could mean anything from Secret of Mana style mobile version adjacent thing to like remake it even mean they're just going to put the mobile version on modern consoles.
That would be so bad.
It wouldn't be that bad. It's currently the best version of the game. It fixes all the glitches from the PSP version.
I guess you're right.
Or not best, but most content complete version.
It would actually be good if they put that version on Steam or something, or on PSN or whatever, but it would be disappointing if the fabled Final Fantasy Tactics remake ended up being just a port and not something more substantial.
The fact that it's been in the rumor pipeline and since that database leak forever ago leads me to believe, like, well, surely they've just been working on all these 4 years, not just had plans to work on it for 4 years. Yeah. So it really could be anything, and I really wish there was a standardized nomenclature for remake, redo, remaster, etc.
Rebus.
You know what? If they release the mobile version and they take out which way you got to face your characters, I'm all in.
Auto-facing?
Yep, auto-face.
Auto-face.
Automatic face.
I mean, there's plenty of auto battles in Shin Megami Tensei games, so why not? Just skip the dumb shit.
Auto-face. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that you could write an algorithm that would decide what is the most efficient way for your character to face at the end of a turn. Let's do that. Let's do some hot sounds.
You mean hot sounds I recorded?
Welcome to Retrograde Amnesia, a comprehensive podcast about classic Japanese role-playing games where we discuss them chapter by chapter, beat by beat. Welcome back to Season 6. We're covering Final Fantasy Tactics, and my name is Chris. Hello. Hi, that's Eric. What's up?
You kind of remixed that one, didn't you? There's a few different words that time.
A couple of things came out differently. We're letting it flow. It is currently 8:12 in the morning. This is the earliest we've ever recorded a podcast, 8:12.
Sounds right. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, this is probably the earliest we've ever done it. And we are going to be recording several podcasts in a row during our summer pod camp here on Retrograde Amnesia. Hopefully no one will be able to tell the difference. Or it'll be better. I don't know. I brought today a Monster Energy Ultra Strawberry Dreams to drink with me.
Hot 0 cal, Chris.
0 cal. I bought 2 Monsters last night, and I accidentally bought one that had 92% of my daily allotment for sugar, so I left that in the refrigerator so I would not die during this podcast.
Full strength.
Yeah, I can't do that. I need 0 sugar.
I can't do it.
We're also joined by the RealNet, a collective of patrons who are listening to us record live. Hello, RealNet, and welcome to this early morning edition of Retrograde Amnesia. You too can do this at patreon.com/retroam.
We're also joined by the Fake Net, our post-production AI companion, who also cursed all the game pieces in Devil Dice.
Initializing fake net.
There is nothing more demonic than dice, a tumbling tool of Satan only used for illicit gains.
What is Devil Dice?
Devil Dice, of course, as everyone knows, Chris, was the Net Eurosi developed PlayStation 1 game.
It was actually developed through Game Eurosi, not Net Eurosi.
It had 2 little devil kids on the cover. It's a fucking puzzle game. Cubes. It's not Intelligent Cube. Nothing. This is doing nothing. I think it was on the PS1 Classic, actually.
It was not, actually.
Yeah, something is starting to...
Devil Dice.
Devil Dice.
Devil Dice.
Chris is befuddled. You know what else has devils?
Yeah.
Final Fantasy Tactics, specifically the Monastery Vault.
Yes, underground book storage, 3rd floor.
Fucking underground bookstore.
Book storage.
Book storage.
It's a fucking library.
Yes, underground bookstore would actually be pretty cool.
Yeah, I guess, man.
It would be musty. You'd have to open the books and...
Like dust would fly out of the books whenever you open them and close them.
That would give me a serious allergic reaction.
There's 5 to 7 gremlins down there that could kill you.
Masks are required, pandemic or not.
Monastery Vaults, 3rd level. Under the Stars plays indoors. And we're in an even darker and even more labyrinthine subterranean structure.
Yeah, we are in the labyrinth now, as you might say. Down here, we can immediately see that there's archers, summoners, and other shit down here like knights.
That's a lot of people to be in the underground book lab.
Yeah, we already knew that there were some people down here rummaging around because in our first battle, we knew that the enemies were proceeding downward in order to find the Holy Stone that Alma told us was probably here.
Isilud, fucking Lord of the Rings ass name, is already on the mic.
Can you tell me how Isilud is spelled in the War of the Lions?
Isilud.
Oh, I don't like that.
What do you got?
I've got Islud.
That's stupid. That's like Islude, like is sending me naughty pictures.
Izlude.
I don't think Z's are present in ye old English, Chris.
Oh. Okay, fine.
The mongrel follows our scent. Mayhap it is for the best. Heretic, I shall have the stones. Capital S, you carry. Chris, this fucking dummy still thinks we have the stones.
Yeah, of course.
This idiot. Ramses got a pretty good counter. He says, you will have an offer of mercy and not more. Lay down the stone you've taken, and you may flee with your lives. So this is a no, you give us the stone, asshole retort?
In the PlayStation version, Ramses says, no, why don't you give me yours?
Great.
Which has some very much, I'll show you mine if you show me yours kind of vibe.
Yeah. Rather than comply, Isilud offers an invitation to further violence. I've no more need for your mercy than for you. If you want the stone, come and claim it. Objective, defeat Isilud, commence.
Yes. Let's fight.
What kind of a labyrinth-ass battle map is this? Fucking RPG Maker, look at me, I'm making a battle map configuration of walls and pathways.
That's a little bit...
accurate? Is what you're about to say?
No,
that's correct.
It seems like you're
pain in the ass.
I didn't find it a pain in the ass because I have several characters that can just jump on top of these walls.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, you can really tell that when I was playing this and taking notes, it had been a while since I'd saved and gotten out of there, and I really wanted to go downstairs and make dinner.
Yeah,
but I was still like, I got to finish this battle, so the notes get more aggressive with time as well.
You don't have to finish the battle. You don't
psychologically. I have to finish. I understand I have save states now, but those also fuck me more than they help me.
That's true. Did you notice what job class that your boy Islud is?
No, I didn't.
In mine, he's called a Nightblade.
Fake net, what's he called in my version?
Initializing fake net.
It's Nightblade with an N, as in a blade of the nighttime, in War of the Lions. In the original localization, it was Nightblade with AK, like the blade of a nightman person.
Here's a different telling of the same answer that the fake net was not aware was already in the edit.
It's also Nightblade, but night like the nighttime is the right time, not night like Knights of Round.
Il Nino's a ninja at this point. I guess that means she can hop walls. Neat. I trot her over to Isilud, then he blocks and counter kills her, and I reload my state to the beginning of the battle.
So it took a similar approach here because there are guys spread out all across the map, including a summoner that's pretty near your starting location.
But all you've got to kill is Isilud to win the battle.
So right? I sent every motherfucker at Isilud and just went straight at him, and I nearly got him on my first try. But I was slain. I was slewed, so I had to restart and then go back and once again try to deal with Isilud in a very concentrated manner. But this time I decided I would take out that summoner first, so that summoner would not fuck me.
No magic for Chris. Kill all religion.
I did. What else did you do?
Boring monk attacks. Careful item healing. In luck.
Oh, in luck. Okay, so I sent, of course, Lester as the ninja down directly into Isilud's area. Got a couple of really nice hits off. Just buttered him up a little bit so that Sally could do a spell.
Sally.
Hello, Sally.
A white mage spell called Holy. One of those most powerful spells in the game that usually does like 250 plus damage.
Yeah, if you're Satan, Holy is like the one thing you don't want to see coming your way.
Yes, Sally says, pure light shine on a bloody impurity. Holy. You like shining on bloody impurity?
Yeah, when I'm in my helicopter, I enjoy shining the light down on impure bloods.
Oh, okay. That's probably how the police feel when they're looking for a fugitive. I'm going to shine my light on this bloody impurity of a man.
That's right, yeah. Let's burn
this man who stole a bike.
It was a children's bike, Chris. Mid-battle, Isilud comes to life and asks Ramza another version of the same question everyone always asks Ramza. Why do you persist in this fool resistance? You are a Beowulf. Why do you not heed your brother's counsel? Why? I love how this does psychic damage to every single person he encounters. Like more so than the implicit violence of Ramza inevitably slaughtering all of their dudes. It opens a battle with Confuse.
Ramza's existence is like a cognitive dissonance for anybody that buys into the nobility stuff.
Yeah,
and
like, what are you doing?
Most of the people that we've encountered are not commoners, so they're all bought in, right?
Yeah, they're all in on it. Ramza stays true to his ideals in his reply. It is because I am a Beluv, I do not heed them. The Beluv name stands for truth and justice. It is not a tool to be used for selfish gain. My Lord Father fought and died defending our people against Ordalia in the 50 Years' War. House Beluv cannot turn on its purpose and fight for the interests of a corrupt crown and self-serving aristocracy. It's pretty succinct.
It is. He says, during the war, my father fought and died to save the people from invasion. Beelves must not fight for a defunct royal family, but only for noble rights.
Yo, is your royal family defunct?
Yes. I think all royal families are defunct.
I think there's still a monarchy active somewhere. Probably.
By defunct, I mean like dysfunctional.
Oh, yeah. No, they're all fucked.
Yeah,
they're all either corrupt or just incapable of preparing a macaroni and cheese dinner.
The king's brother is a pedophile.
Yes, correct. Like not even allegedly a parody. It just is a pedophile.
Yeah.
Isilud, weirdly inspired by Ramza's resolve there, deploys his own salvo of church propaganda, telling Ramza, then let it fight for ours. What we wish is for the same. Hear me, Ramza, the Church of Globados envisions a world devoid of class divides, a world where all men can live as equals. Saint Ajora spoke of such a utopia. It is the promised land he foretold. Fear and doubt worry the hearts of the people, leaving small room for piety. You see this. Evilise lists Ramza and threatens to flounder. Should we fail to right her course, this storm will claim her. Chris, is the storm coming?
The storm's coming. The storm's already here.
Is this our first Promised Land Paradise drop in this JRPG?
Ooh, is the Promised Land Paradise the same thing as the soup sauce?
It is the Promised Land he foretold? I mean, do we...
I don't think so. I think that like Saint Ajora actually foretold of some sort of Garden of Eden-esque paradise, or maybe just heaven.
Speaking of heaven, refresh me from our Catholic schoolboy days. Is heaven a soup sauce? Is Catholic heaven soup sauce?
I don't think so.
You don't think we're all just souls floating around? Do we still have individuality, or do we join a collective of...
No, no, we do not join a collective in Catholic lore. We somehow maintain our identity through some sort of like, heaven shell. Like our souls go to the heaven shell.
Yeah,
and then they live in the shell, and then we perceive things as individuals.
We all have apartments like Sprig and Chrono Cross.
In Catholic heaven, we all have apartments, yes.
Okay.
They can be as big or small as you want, though.
No landlords.
They're all in hell.
In any case, Ramza calls bullshit. It is you who churn the waves. You orchestrate this entire conflict. You claim war to be the proper course for Evilise? ? Ramza won't be converted, but Isilud still makes one final pitch. Change does not come without cost. Revolution requires martyrs, and we require revolution. The crown is rotten, the nobility corrupt. They must be made to pay. The people deserve their justice. Help us deliver it to them, Ramza. Join us as your once friend Delita has. So that's kind of weird. Like, I mean, he just was kind of complaining Ramza wasn't acting as a proper noble. Now he's like, yo, the nobles are trash. Join us instead.
Maybe he's just pointing out the fact that Ramza is kind of in this weird line in the middle. You need to hop the line.
Hardliner.
Come to our side.
Eventually later, Ramza can tell Isilud, were it justice you desired, I would gladly help you see it done, but what you truly want is power. Power beyond that of any army. You would free the people only to enslave them anew with the demonic power of the stones. Chris, is that true?
Is that true that the church
that he doesn't want to help people, they just want power for the stone power for a human enslavement?
I don't think that is the perspective of Isilud himself, but I do believe that is the perspective of those of higher rank in the church order.
I agree. Isilud, like so many zealots before him, conflates the demonic with the divine, telling Ramza, demonic power? The zodiac stones are vessels for the gods. We would use their divine miracles to guide the people to greater glory. There is nothing demonic in that. Chris, if I had a magic rock and I summon a supernatural entity, are you capable of saying if that is a demon or an angel?
Am I capable of making a correct judgment on that? No.
Yeah, I don't think I am either, because there's, biblically accurate Bayonetta Evangelion angels that could take any kind of form of shape. Yeah,
no matter what we say one of those things is, it's going to be completely flavored by the media that we've consumed.
Right. But that being said, Cook Allen?
Yeah.
I'm 100% confident in saying that's a fucking demon. Look at that thing.
Yeah, if it's got belly teeth and you you're all in on the demon side.
And what about Childhood's End? Could that be a demon? Who knows?
Could be. Leathery wings.
I love what Ramza says next. Ultimate facts and logic, but he's not beating around the bush or being weird and mystical. He says, if you would consider it a divine miracle when a man is made a demon, or do you pretend not to know that their power transformed the cardinal into the Lucavi? Lucavi? Lucavi.
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 That's not enough to convince Isolde as he can't believe that shit. What nonsense is that? The only demon I see stands before me. Was it not you who murdered the cardinal for the stone he possessed? Not that he would have long lied gathering the stones behind our backs as he was. So, Isolde doesn't know about the demon morphing stuff? He still thinks we killed the cardinal?
Absolutely.
Okay.
He's kind of lost in the church sauce in a way that you could see him having like a turn at some point, because he seems very idealistic from the perspective of he's against the nobility, he's for the church, and he believes that the church is still somewhat noble.
We're all here doing the right thing.
Yeah, and at this point in time, he doesn't really feel like he's destined to die in combat against us. He feels like he's going to have a turn at some point to me. Like he's malleable as a character, just based on this first impression of him.
With all malleable characters, we either kill them before they can turn or they go join some other group of assholes.
That's true. In most cases. There's some exceptions to that.
That's all I got before I slay him.
Let's knock him out.
Before he teleports away, he leaves Ramza with, I will not be bested by this heretic, but nor will I risk death for honor here. Delivering the stone is of far greater import. Know this, Ramza, the day of our next meeting will be your last. Which is some you didn't actually beat me, ! 111 arguments.
He's a little more surface level in the PlayStation version than this line. He says, I refuse to acknowledge his power. So he's like, you just kicked my ass, but I'm not, that didn't actually happen.
No sold.
Nope, sorry. Congratulations, this battle is complete. You got some money and stuff, but no cool items. Sorry.
Chris, it demands I make another battle party. Is this some Disc 2 shit, or is this just what this game is now?
This is a gauntlet. Yeah, this game does have several, maybe not several, but at least a handful of, let's call them battle gauntlets. I guess that's the best word, where you have to do multiple battles in succession. I do believe that it does allow you to save in between.
Yeah.
So that's nice. But
how did this go over at the time? Do you remember? Were you upset or frazzled by this?
I think I was frazzled, but I was experienced enough in RPGs to know that I should probably have multiple save files, because you can't back out of this gauntlet.
Yeah, but on your PS1 memory card, save files are so precious. Gran Turismo takes up 6 of those things, man.
Well, I did not play Gran Turismo, so no problem.
Do tactics games all do shit like this?
Shit like what?
This battle gauntlet. I'm coming from JRPGs. This isn't a thing, man.
You sometimes have like boss rushes and boss gauntlets and stuff like that.
At the end of the game.
Oh, yeah, I guess you're right. I can't say for sure if tactics games always employ this technique. I can't think of any in more modern installments of Fire Emblem, but those are the most recent ones I played, so I don't know.
Is there a god?
In Final Fantasy Tactics? Yes.
Monastery Vault's first level. Music tension plays, and we're up on the first floor.
Pressure number 1.
Isolde just teleported 1 floor up, I guess, because he has Alma now, and she's begging to be let go. Isolde's also got some more guys, it appears, and fucking Weegraf is here.
Did Isolde just do the thing where like Michael Jordan acted like he was going to dribble out to the 3-point line, and then he turned around and went and dunked it?
I think so.
Was it on Patrick Ewing, I think? You know what I'm talking about?
Michael Jordan dunked on Patrick Ewing several times, but I can't remember this specific instance.
Yeah, so like he just kind of roped it up, because like if we're chasing somebody down into the underground book storage 3rd floor, then how can he get back up to the 1st floor without us blocking him, other than using a teleport?
He teleported.
And why is he allowed to teleport that far?
Because we were staying in front of the door.
But how can he do that?
How can he transubstantiate space and time to relocate to another? I mean, everybody does that.
I know it's a job skill for the time mage, but like I don't think that you can go that far. That's not fair.
Fignet, how did he teleport that far?
Initializing fakenet.
Experimental determinations of quantum teleportation have been made, including photons, atoms, electrons, and superconducting circuits, with 870 miles being the longest distance of successful teleportation.
I don't understand why Weegraf is here, really, but I'm glad I don't have to fight Isolde right away, because that'd be weird if we just had to hit him again.
Yeah, and now Weegraf is dressed like these guys.
Yeah, he's wearing their colors.
He's wearing their colors. He's got their sash. From my perspective, he comes out of nowhere. I didn't have that extra scene with Luffy, Monkey D.
Lawfrey,
Luffy.
please. Lawfrey.
Yeah, Lawfrey.
Just Lawfrey. Lawfrey's fine. Mononym.
Lawfrey Lannister. Joffrey Lannister.
There he did. He made the connection, folks. Chris's brain got there.
Yeah.
Weegraf tells Isolde he will secure the monastery and to get Alma the shit out of here. So we lost Alma immediately. Like Ramza brought her to the first place and now she's already being abducted.
That's why you don't leave her on the first floor when your guy can teleport.
Elder Simon was up there, man.
Yeah, that's true.
Chris, does Weegraf or Isilud know that Alma has the aura sight?
No, but they know that Ramza has the aura sight, and Alma is important to Ramza.
Okay, so she could be like a hostage type thing.
Mm-hmm.
Isilud then enters a bespoke sprite animation as he rips and tugs at Alma's arm.
Arm yanking animation.
Dragging her along, Isilud tells Alma there is no need to struggle, and she screams for Ramza's help. As Isilud drags Alma off into the darkness, Weegraf tells his dumb buddies, "So Ramza Beelbus here. Do not be deceived by his youth. He is a worthy foe. Gird yourselves well.
Gird.
Or battle."
We've heard gird before.
Chris, when do you gird yourself for anything?
Haven't we talked about gird before?
We've had the fake net define it before. I have since forgotten it. Do you know what gird means since then?
I think it's like steel yourself,
Preparation,
right?
yeah.
When do I gird? Yeah, whenever I go pick my kids up from anything.
Yeah, you got to get ready for the psych damage they're going to inflict.
Yes, and I'm bad at that. I need to get a magneto helmet for that. They have those.
Where only essential commands come through.
Yes.
Objective, defeat Weegraf, commence.
Objective, defeat this woke boy who turned to the church.
Wow, PS1 version says that. That's fucked up.
It's crazy.
But we ain't done talking. Weegraf says to himself, or no one, "Maluda, you will soon be avenged." Next question, where the fuck are we? Where are my guys? Oh god, Weegraf walks through the doorway and comes to fight my entire party by himself. Badass. He has a good lightning attack here. Hollow Bolt.
Hollow Bolt.
Before I do anything, it kills 2 of my guys. Awesome, great.
You must be slow.
Yes.
You had no ninja with you?
Yes, I have at least 1 ninja at this point.
Why is your ninja so slow? Why don't Weegraf get all these turns first?
I don't understand how this game works. I'm kind of just brute forcing everything.
Okay, I want to tell you something real quick. I'm going to give you some
let me sip my coffee while you tell
advice.
Me. Yeah.
So, for the most part, all job classes have innate speed and power and magic ability.
I love all those things.
And so your ninja will have high speed, but you can also increase that speed even further, with items and accessories and things of that nature. Cast haste on them, things like that.
I'm pushing the optimized version for all of my equipment.
You should do that.
Yes, I
agree with that, with the exception of the shoes.
The optimal equipment.
The shoes, for some reason, this might have changed in the PSP version, but for some reason, my game thinks that the optimal shoe for every character is the ones that make you float off the ground.
Is that what shoes are doing? Sometimes my guys are floating and I can't figure out why.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So there's better shoes, some that will give you extra movement, extra jump, extra speed. So maybe you should change your shoes. You're a big shoe guy.
Yeah.
You are invested in shoe technology in real life.
Yeah.
So you should be invested in shoe technology in Final Fantasy Tactics.
It is funny.
Just my advice. You don't have to take it.
No, sometimes my guys are floating and I just accept that as something that happens now. I don't investigate as to what's happening there. It's just, okay, well, that's fine, I guess.
FakeNet, what are the benefits of floating in Final Fantasy Tactics?
Initializing FakeNet.
Floaters won't be affected by Earth-based elemental attacks, and they won't be affected by dangerous terrain like lava or water.
Off the top of my head, you wouldn't be stuck in those poison swamps.
Yeah, maybe it will help you avoid earthquake and stuff like that. I don't know. Are there quake spells in this game? Who knows?
With my guys dead on the floor, Ramza stops to chat. He's surprised that Weegraf is alive, and that's when I remember that he blew up, I think. Or was that some other guy? It was some other guy. It was Galbanes, Galbaneth, Garbanet, whoever blew up with Tietra.
That was Gragaroth.
Oh, yeah. Weegraf was already gone by then, yeah.
I want to be specific with Ramza's dialogue because Weegraf delivers an exceptional response. Ramza says, "Weegraf, you live?" Just so Weegraf can respond, "I have lived for this, Ramza. How long has it been since we last met?" I have lived for this is like some Destiny meeting Destiny. We're fighting a guy who lives for this shit type shit.
Yeah.
Ramza attempts his own comeback, but it's not quite as good. Then you were a warrior who fought to make your dreams reality. Now you are only a thrall of the church.
A thrall of the church. In the PlayStation version, he's called a dog of the church. A thrall's much better. That's an insult, right?
That is an insult.
The Final Fantasy Tactics Ye Olde English Insults Power Ranking.
Thrall, noun, a slave, servant, or captive. To me, thrall has some anger to it. This is probably as naughty mouth as Ramza gets with his insults.
That's true. Is it spelled Thrawl?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Thrall.
Okay, that was my next guess. Okay. That was the main character's name I believe, in the story for Warcraft 3, whose story was originally going to be told in the canceled Blizzard Entertainment point-and-click adventure game, Warcraft Lord of the Clans, a game that no one wanted except for me.
Because I would say that's the first ever. Usually the canceled Blizzard game people talk about is StarCraft Ghost, I guess. But
yeah,
congratulations on having another one.
Everyone thought that they were going to make Warcraft 3 into a point-and-click adventure game. But me, being a warrior on the internet, was like, no, this is just a side story about this lore. And everyone's like, well, just make Warcraft 3. Well, they did make Warcraft 3. They canceled the other game, and I think they put Thrall in Warcraft 3. I don't know.
And that's when Blizzard started going to shit.
Warcraft, that was before WoW.
To me, Blizzard is like Rock and Roll Racing and Blackthorn, and then I was out.
Blizzard didn't disappoint me explicitly until Diablo 3.
Thrall.
Yeah, where do you want to put that? Well, I'm looking at the list. So I
Lower
guess
third.
I'm going to go up the list here. Gallant Fool, Cur, Whelp, Cole, Mongrel. I'm still going. Churl?
In between Mongrel and Churl.
Churl seems to be a hard line right there at number 16, right?
Yeah. Like, Thrall doesn't explicitly say ye old English to me, but it is a word that I've never said before.
Now, what if we changed the entry here from Thrall to Thrall of the Church?
A Thrall of the Church is the line.
I think we should add that.
Thrall that context is necessary and important.
Thrall of the Church?
Slave, a servant, a captive of the Church.
Does that make it go... I think that makes it move higher.
Chris, are your children thralls of the Church?
Well, they go to a Catholic school now, but they did not... They don't participate in any of that.
They've not had communion?
No.
Okay, that's fine then.
I told them they can do what they want, and they're like, no. I'm like, okay, fine.
Extra stuff.
They don't care anymore at Catholic schools. They just need your money. I want to move it up past Mongrel, past Churl, past he soils our name, dogs my every move.
I don't know. Soils is like shits all over, which I think is a pretty heady insult. When you say this man shits all over my name or this man is a slave to the church, which one would you rather be? Would you rather have your name shit upon or be a slave to God?
I'd rather have my name shit on, I think.
Oh, wow. That's how we're different, you and I.
Yeah. Got it. Now we have 22 insults. Gallant Fool, Curl, Whelp, Cole, Mongrel, Churl, Thrall of the Church, he soils our name, dogs my every move, Claude, Squealer, Common Maid, Winch, Courtesan, such wretches, moppets, whoresons, whoreson dog, blackwits, vulgar knave, milksop rabble, common footpad, and you've been less than we from the moment your baseborn father fell upon your mother and whatever gutter saw you sired.
Well, goddamn, dude, Weegraph isn't done, and he moves to cut an even better promo. What troubled sleep have you known to speak of my dreams? No matter how sweet a dream left unrealized must fade into the day. Only with power can dreams be made real. I see the truth of it now. What good dreams without power? You think me a thrall? So be it. Your envenomed words succor me. For when at last you yield, as you must, their poison will consume you. Chris, we have jokerfied Weegraph.
Can we read this quote from the PlayStation version? Because I think it's good.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also a nice reminder of the difference between these two localizations. You don't understand how hard it is to fulfill your ideal. Even if your ideal is great, it's just a dream. You can't fulfill it. So how can you fulfill it? You need power. That's the politics of this world. I can see it clearly now. You can't fulfill your dreams without power. You say I'm a dog of the church? Go ahead. I don't care. You can despise me, but I'll be laughing at the end. You'll all submit to me. So I would say that if you were to read the War of the Lions version and the original version, my answer then would be yes, he's jokerfied. Because they both sound pretty jokerfied.
Like he is so disillusioned with the state of things, and it's kind of our fault, but not really.
Yeah.
Also, to me, I think I've found the divisive point between PS1 and this is I think the PS1 version is, and I don't say this as like a put down, has a lower reading level, which makes sense for the time in which it was made and the market at which it was aimed at.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's more simple in its idea. Like, I think it gets the same point across, actually. But either I'm just into this flowery language and into my thing that's mine that I'm playing, but it just seems like it's so much more simply convey. Like, repeating the word fulfill like 3 or 4 times in that sentence.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man, do a little bit more, please.
I think the simple conveyance that you're speaking about,
I'm not saying it's stupid. I'm just saying it gets its point across with less.
That's what I was going to say.
Spice.
It's extremely effective, I think, because my memories of Final Fantasy Tactics mostly just include mechanical things in like the larger premise and theme and vibes of the story, much so less than the actual set pieces or things. Like, I don't remember a lot of the story beats at all. There's like 2 or 3 things that I remember. I didn't even remember the explosion where Tietra died. That was something that was just gone from my memory. But I do remember the whole like secret history of the church, collecting magical stones and obtaining power, and lots of
Final Fantasy S stuff.
Well, yeah, and also all the plotting and the political stuff that's going on in the background. And I think that is a testament to the script working for my, 19-year-old brain or whatever it was.
We have no retort. It's just time for more fighting. This was actually a pretty simple fight. Wheatgraf has stepped forward to attack us by himself, and my dudes just surrounded him and kind of gang beat him like a real prison yard stomping, which ends the battle. I've
got some more dialogue.
Yeah.
I didn't get... This never triggered in my game, but it was in the original script, and I think it's kind of interesting. So, Ramza says, I pity you, Wheatgraf. Even if you couldn't fulfill your dream, your people wouldn't have forgotten you. Your ideals and actions inspired your people and stirred up the old noble customs. Your actions have meaning only if they hold true to your ideals. Maluda and your old comrades will be disappointed with your current choice of actions. If you need someone else to fulfill your dreams, it loses its values. Wouldn't you agree? So Ramza is being like, your dead sister would hate you right now, by the way. His reply is interesting. He says, you say you are different. You say you depend on no one. You'll never know the feeling of the meager. Wheatgraf is the meager.
I think you mean you cannot know what it is to live the meager life that we do.
You may think you know it, but you never lived it. You never know. Reality is far harsher than you can possibly imagine. Why do you blame me? You have no right to blame me.
Again, it's the same thing, but slightly remixed. Do you mean to do the second part or the first part?
Anything that you find interesting.
What was your first line after I pity you, Wheatgraf?
Even if you couldn't fulfill your dream, your people wouldn't have forgotten you.
Even as a man of broken dreams, you might have still been remembered fondly.
Yeah, exactly.
The end sentence. What would Maluda and your fallen friends think of this barter you've struck? Dreams built on borrowed stone are defiled before they are made. Chris, what dreams of yours have been defiled before they were made?
Well, this isn't like a major dream of mine that's been defiled, but my dreams of finishing video games...
Dead and buried.
...are gone. Like, I can only play a third of any RPG now.
Mm-hmm.
And I've sat down here in this very room for, I think, 3 weeks now. I'm like, well, I'm going to finish Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth this summer.
Yep,
it's going to
do it.
And I'm also going to go back to Baldur's Gate and finish that.
Hell yeah, dude. Man of big dreams.
That's a great game. I love that game. I think it needs to be finished.
You'd like it. Your life would be good if you played it.
Yeah, and I just sit down and play Double Dragon Gaiden Rise of the Dragons instead.
You go for the simple thing.
So those dreams, what was the question? Defiled?
What dreams of yours have been defiled?
Those dreams, the dreams of me finishing video games has been defiled. Maybe one day I will undefile them, but...
I mean, I can understand that. Around 2004, when I was doing the work 40 hours a week, go to school for 18 hours a week type thing, rather than play RPGs, I would just come home and play Counter-Strike every day.
Yeah.
Because it was like the simple thing that I could get enough feel-good juice out of to make time go by good.
Make time go by good. That's right. So anything else in the battle?
He ends the other thing with, you have neither the right nor the reason to pour scorn on me, which I really liked.
Pour some scorn on me?
In it. It's basically his entire speech, for yours and mine, the meager life, etc., is just a lot of people saying, Ramza, you're noble. How can you understand this? Why are you fighting for the poor? You're not a poor. It's just utter bafflement. Ramza is baffling every side of the conflict because he can't be downtrodden enough for the lower class. And his highborn birth, or at least half of it, renders his current behavior to be insane to the upper class. So Ramza is the ultimate outcast to me. Like, he doesn't fit in anywhere.
Yeah, like we were just talking about earlier, he lives in this weird space in between that gives people cognitive dissonance.
Yeah.
Because of who he is and what he's fighting for right now.
Frolicking bafflement.
Is he fighting for anything right now? Like he's not fighting for any ideals.
Keep the stones out of the church. Figure out what Delita's doing. Ovelia.
So he's not fighting for any ideal. He's fighting for those things right now.
Yeah, just a bold sense of justice.
Yeah. If anyone that we've heard about in this game had such a bold sense of justice, it was Balbanes himself.
Right, but Balbanes is dead.
I know, but
JusticeTransfer.com.
Ramza lives the dreams of the Balbanes.
Dreams of my father.
Yeah, so in this battle for me, Lester charmed one of the Lady Knights, and she walked around the map and just broke the enemy's weapons. It was great.
Do it.
She rended all their weapons. It really helped out.
Is this the legendary hard Wheatgraf battle, by the way, or is that the next one?
That's the next one.
Okay.
Yeah. The black mages on the other side then completely focused on the knight that I had just charmed, so it was just their guys were fighting each other for a while. Wheatgraf, I guess I was wrong earlier. Wheatgraf did hit the whole crew with Stasis Sword, which I think was the lightning stab or whatever you have, and nearly killed me. Selfie shot Wheatgraf with her gun, Horns jumped on his face, and Sally casted Holy. Game, set, match. 1 full cycle. All my characters only took 1 turn.
Chris is leveling up the game.
Yeah.
I enjoy your editorializing of jumping on faces because that makes me... In my head, it breaks it down to the action figure thing where you're imagining a better scenario as you clank your figures together.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. Very quickly, I kill Wheatgraf, but he gets back up and says, "Do not think you've won. I hold the Zodiac Stones. Aries, I will not fall so easily." I really thought that was going to be it for Dear Wheatgraf, but then my dude teleports away, which I guess the stone does that. I don't know.
Wheatgraf teleported away when we fought him at the windmill or whatever a while ago.
But that's not tied to the stone because now it's like, oh shit, he's got a stone. He's got an aura sight on him.
Isilud doesn't have a stone either, and he just teleported away.
All right.
I think it's just a way for them to like animate
the fuck out of here.
Yeah. They should have made it a smoke bomb. It would have made more sense to me.
Ninja class. Ramza damns the man, and the battle is won.
Congratulations, the battle is won. You did it. You win. You got some money. And I don't think you got any items. If you did, I forgot to screenshot them. Thanks.
That battle will also end if you kill Wheatgraf before the rest of his guys.
Yes.
Orbonne Monastery. Now we're outside. Music. Corin plays.
Oh, you mean descent, which I think Corin means descent.
I think it's somewhat close to that, yeah. We're back outside the Orbonne Monastery. On the battlefield, we started at this video game on. Bad sentence, but we're going to roll with it.
Do you like when it all goes back to where it started?
Actually, yeah, especially through different games.
Yeah.
I like revisiting previously visited territory under different context. But it's nighttime. Lightning flashing, but no rain. Wheatgraf is crawling on the fucking ground with a trail of blood behind him.
Yeah, I would describe him as owned and bloody.
Yeah, so he was like, I think Isilud teleported out of there like, oh, I'm done with this. Wheatgraf is like, dude, I'm going to fucking die if I don't get out of here. Wheatgraf is crawling. He's trying to make his way to Isilud, who has mounted a chocobo and managed to sling Alma over it. And I didn't see this coming. Isilud is surprised to see Wheatgraf here doing this shit while in this state. Wheatgraf, whose character portrait is also cut up and bleeding from the head and mouth, tells Isilud, "Go, do not tarry here for me."
Tarry.
You ever tarry anywhere?
That would mean wait?
T-A-R-R-Y, what's that mean?
T-A-R-R-Y.
Fake net, what do you think that means?
I think it means wait.
Initializing fake net.
To linger in expectation. Wait. To abide or stay in or at a place. Tari.
Folks, Chris is right again. Wheatgraf then face plants just as Ramza steps outside the front door of the monastery and screams Alma's name. Still face down, Wheatgraf tells Isilud to get the shit out of here. Isilud begs Wheatgraf's forgiveness and then complies. So is Isilud like, oh, fuck, you were supposed to kill them. Why are you bloody and falling on the ground?
Yeah, if this would have been someone different, if this would have been like Vormav or somebody, is that his name? Vormav?
Volmar,
right?
yeah.
Don't vomit in your mouth.
That's weird. Volmarv, please.
Volmarv. Then he would have just kept riding. Because like he knew that Wheatgraf was being sent in there just to stall, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, Isilud is taken aback. He's got some sort of moral compass going on, I think.
He's still fighting for what he believes are the right reasons, whereas I think Wheatgraf is about to make a deal with the devil.
Yeah.
Wheatgraf coughs and his prone sprite starts twitching. He raises his head and then asks God, himself, Ramza, or no one, is this how it ends? I have failed Maluda, failed them all, a bitter draught, so much left undone. Chris, when you're dying, as it's happening, will you think of all the things left undone? Or how now none of these things need to be done? Is it regret or relief? Answer this complex question with a maximum of 2 sentences. Is death a relief or a tragedy?
I think I would operate from the perspective of that shit no longer needs to be done.
Okay.
Because I think about, like, a lot of, like, let's call them salaried office business people like me, you know, have a hard time to stop thinking about work once they're done working.
Americanism, yes.
Yes, and so they're always thinking about these kind of things, and they may just go, like, get back on their computer before they go to bed, just
do a little bit more work. We can get a little bit of head start on this stuff.
Yeah.
Let me edit 10 minutes of the podcast before I go to bed.
And I don't have that problem. Like, I'm able to easily separate that. When 4:30 rolls around, or whatever time I'm going to stop, all the things that I was thinking about 5 minutes ago that needed to be done no longer need to be done.
Clean wipe.
Yes, I can cleanly wipe my ass brain by the time I leave work. So I think that's the way I would act if I were to be defiled and almost dead. I know that was more than 2 sentences. I'm sorry.
Right, you also blended it with the previous question when you said defiled.
Yes.
That's fine.
It's called a callback in the biz, Eric.
You answered the question. Well, unfortunately for you, Chris, a blue orb then floats out of Wheatgraf. It hovers in the air and then it talks.
God Stonebearer, With me now do treat.
With me now do treat? With me now do treat.
This is happening during the part of Corin where it gets to sound like Freddy Krueger music.
Yeah.
Which is genuine fear and horror, good work video game. The rock, which I guess is a zodiac stone, then starts pulsing an annoying beep noise. And it continues.
Godstone bear, with me now do treat, your spirit and my flesh as one shall merge, life undying yours forevermore.
Holder of the Holy Stone, promise me your spirit will unite with my flesh to live forever.
Holder of the Holy Stone's real bad. Will Wheatgraf take the Devil's Gamble? I actually don't know. He was once principled and is now fallen, so maybe. Also, he was just talking about how his work isn't finished. Chris, what if this game is just Ramza killing everyone with Zodiac Stone, then them all turning into monsters, and us going through it, and then Mega Man boss gauntlet through a council of fucked up guys of all of them at the end?
That would be bad. But I will give the game credit for not doing the thing of like the only people that are the ones that are transforming with Holy Stones are like popes in churches. And we're going to 8 churches to beat the 8 churches so we can unlock the final boss level.
Right,
like
with
the game's not doing that. The game's deploying these things in different circumstances.
The Grand Pope is just float like Dr. Wily floating on that fucking orb Mystadio finds in the city of Gug.
Yes, you've got to defeat the 8 cardinals before you can unlock the gate to High Priest Funeral.
I think that was in Assassin's Creed Brotherhood.
The only Assassin's Creed games.
The Ezio trilogy?
Yes.
Wheatgraf perks up and he wonders if this is the stone's great secret. By the way, I would take it, Chris, this gamble at this point. If I'm dying and somebody's like, yo, you can either be dead forever or come back as a demon slug, I would take the demon slug. I would do whatever I could get more life out of. Who gives a shit? It's better than not existing.
If I really needed to still kill somebody, then I would do it.
If you had things left undone.
Wheatgraf has one thing left undone, and that is to avenge his sister, so I can see why he takes the stone, but I would rather just, those undone things no longer need to be done.
You can let go.
I can let go.
The beeping...
I've never tried to avenge my sister either, so...
Okay. Do you mean to go commit a crime against your sister, or what? The rock blings, then hovers above Wheatgraf. It speaks once more. The Gigas Bellias have I been named.
The Gigas Bellias? What?
Bellias?
Bellias.
Bellias.
Oh.
You can say that as Bellias if you'd like.
Oh, you mean Bellias.
No, I mean Bellias. B-E-L-I-A-S.
Oh,
There's no V in there. Your plea to answer now, my only wish. He's got a little bit of Yoda talk.
Yeah.
Wheatgraf, if is summoned in light so bright that it blots out the screen, ghosts or souls or whatever, maybe his humanity escaped from Wheatgraf's body. When the picture comes back into focus, all that remains is a demon bull skullhead muscular blue guy with a green tank top.
Oh, you mean a goat Satan.
Most Satans are in goat form, right? Like, I've played the end of Doom 2.
Not in God hand.
That's true. But they're still horns.
That's true.
The music stops and the rain becomes audible. Ramza has been doing some, oh god, not this shit again, mental exercises.
I think also that Ramza, during this sequence, has had his hand on the hilt of his sword like Orlando before him.
He's learned.
Yes, he knows what time it is. Even though Ramza, in my case, is probably like a fucking chemist. He's got his hand on his gun.
Yeah, it is potions. Bellius, the Gigas, now speaks.
Is this the wonder of the Orosite?
Question mark. How does he not... Okay, whatever. Or is the demon just being like surprised that this is the corporeal form of Earth? Is this the wonder of the Orosite?
I think so.
The horror music part of Corin resumes, and Ramza, hand on the hilt of his sword, yells Wheatgraf's name with confusion. Wheatgraf, now Bellius, seems to gain a new accent as he remarks,
Magnificent the power.
Power is spelled P-O''R.
P-O.
Power.
That's interesting. Is it like, what's the word they use in poetry?
Oh, fuck, dude. Come on, man.
Or...
Plur, peace, love, unity, and respect.
I just go on. I don't know.
Fake net, what's Chris talking about?
Damn it.
Initializing fake net.
What's the question? What's the word they use in poetry? Many words can be used in poetry. My favorites are waffles, crabapple, and NASCAR.
This was a clue in a crossword puzzle recently.
Oh, crossword puzzles for smart people.
And
no thanks, man.
I just do the mini. It's like, takes like 55 seconds.
I know, you're in the mini. I was there.
Magnificent the power of the gods. Nay, not only the power, so much more. Sights unknown I see, my mind a vessel filled with wisdom of 1,000 years.
Oh, that's useful.
Oh no, Chris, he's bitten from the apple of forbidden knowledge. Ramza brandishes his sword. He has to be thinking, oh fuck, not again. Bellius notices, telling Ramza,
Ha! You hurry toward your end, alas, too soon. Such power, such power.
Bellius, as a man with a sheep portrait, complete with what I think is fur on the skull, he then teleports away. By the way, it is interesting how, like, Bellius is indulging in this corporeal form and noticing... Is it Bellius or Wiegraf noticing the power that he has?
I think it's Wiegraf. I think there is some level of shared brain space between the two, right?
I don't know. I don't know if
we're merging his soul with the... I don't know.
The fucking Pacific Rim thing?
Yes.
Are they lost in the fucking drift?
The drift, goddammit.
Ramza returns his sword to his scabbard just as our friend Elder Simon shuffles out the front door. Elder Simon collapses and Ramza catches him. Ramza wonders what Elder Simon is doing here, to which Elder Simon responds, I had to bring you this. And then he presents Ramza with a book. Take a look, a lore book, a reading rainbow, happy Pride Month. Simon tells us all about it. Written by a man named Germonique, one of Saint Ajora's disciples, it was lost for a great many years. Only recently did I discover it among the stacks of our requillary beneath the monastery. It chronicles the true tale of the Zodiac Braves. No detail is omitted. Chris, gut check. Is this the Bible or is this the Necronomicon?
Do you want me to answer that now or after we read the book?
We read the book?
We can read the book.
After we read the book.
Okay.
Or just, pick one now and then explain after we read the book.
The answer is that it is neither. It is closer to something like a Gnostic Gospel or a Dead Sea Scroll. Probably closer to a Gnostic Gospel, the Gospel of St. Thomas.
Sure, I know which one that is. It's the one, it's got Jerry and the snake.
Carry on. We're going to read
Ramza tells his old man to calm the shit down, but calm he won't. I am already so very tired. I have lived a life of sin. All these years I have turned a blind eye as the church rotted with corruption. With this book, you can expose their misdeeds. You can win almost freedom.
Do you know how awesome it is in 1999 for me to be playing a video game about a secret book that will expose all the church's lies? Secret church history?
I've played Xenogears, yeah.
Yes. Well, no, there's no secret book.
There's Old Man Ball. He's a book.
He's Old Man Ball, a book. Yeah, he's a book.
At this point, Simon's like, LOL, this seems hard, my bad, peace, I'm out. Like, is he just absolving himself of responsibility?
No, he's like, I'm about to die. You can do this.
Exactly. I'm going to die. But Simon's like, dude, the church has been so fucked for so long, man.
Please do my undone things.
He's a coward. Yeah, exactly. Simon does have things undone, and he's writing a fucking will at his last breath.
There actually is some more context that we're going to get later, which I don't think that you have. So we'll talk about it when we get there.
The music stops, leaving only the sound of rain. Simon closes his eyeballs and tells Ramza, it is done. My mind is now at ease. The rest, Ramza, depends on you. You really are the very image of Barnbeneth Ballbanes in his youth, you know.
Yes.
Now more than ever, Chris, we are the official hero of destiny, the special boy of fortune.
We did it. Are we? I guess you're right. Is Simon the only one that has seen that so far? Is he the only one that has commented on our resemblance to the Will of Ballbanes?
Only person who's seen Ramza and been like, yeah, dude, you're doing the right thing. Good job, man.
Yeah, that's
true.
Don't
fuck off and go home. Take this magic book I'm going to give you, read about lore, and then go kill the rest of them.
Okay.
Elder Simon collapses in Ramza's arms. Ramza screams no, fade to black. Elder Simon's done, right? Tapped out, dead?
He's gone.
Count him gone. Is this the last weird-ass story pivotal scene we're going to see out in front of Orbonne Monastery? Are we always damned to return here? Is this our Green Hill Zone? Is this our 1-1? Cursed to walk this earth here once more?
I don't know the answer to that. I'm going to say probably not. I think we might have to come back here again, but I'm not 100% sure. So, Eric.
World map.
Yes. Press the triangle button and go into your Chronicle or your Brave story, and then check into the menu for your key items, where you can review the Zodiac stones that you have or any treasures that you may have found on any of the proposition quests.
Proposition quests?
You know, where you send the guys out.
Oh, Guy Quest. Yeah. I know those exist. Sure.
Yeah. We're going to talk more about those later.
GuyQuest.com.
And you will now notice that you have the Germonic scriptures in your inventory. You can click that and view it. And when you click that and view it, you get a bitmap of an ancient book in the background with Ramza's narration going over top while protagonist's theme plays.
Hero's theme, please.
Yes. We are not reading the book. Ramza is reading the book and telling his brain what's in it, and the brain is telling us what is in it because we are reading Ramza's brain right now with his narration. I picked up the Germonic scriptures Simon gave me and flipped through the pages. The text was in an ancient holy script with drawings in places.
Holy script.
Mm-hmm. It was damaged and hard to read. I wonder what was written in it. Then I saw some words in a language I recognized. Somebody had written notes in the Ikoku language.
Oh, Ikoku, right.
Who could have done it? Judging from the ink, the older notes were written years ago, but the newer ones were written only days ago.
Uh-oh.
It smudged when I rubbed against it. The ink was not yet dry. They were written by the same person. I realized Simon had slowly been translating this book over the years.
Elder Simon, you dog.
So that's why Simon has not exposed the church yet, because he's still working on this shit, right?
Things left undone.
I tried reading it by referring to his partial notes. It says, this was written by a follower of Saint Ajura, Germonique. I must have heard that name before. Must have been in history class. He's a Catholic schoolboy. He's heard of all the
nuns have been slapping him.
Yes. Then it came to me. Germonique was the disciple who betrayed Saint Ajura by selling him to the Eudora Empire. It was amazing. Germonique's book was even still in existence. Eric.
How the fuck long is it? What are we doing?
What?
What is this?
What is what?
I'm expecting lore and Oricide. You're telling me about how book traveled down the fucking road.
No, what this is. I'm going to answer your question from earlier.
Okay, continue. Sorry to interrupt.
This is the book of Judas. If Judas wrote his own gospel...
Okay. I was going to say, is there a book of Judas, period?
No, I don't think so.
It was like, what the hell is Chris talking about?
I don't know. Fake Net, is there a book of Judas?
30 pieces of silver.
Initializing fake net.
The Gospel of Judas is a non-canonical Gnostic gospel. The content consists of conversations between Jesus and Judas Iscariot. Given that it includes late 2nd century theology, it is widely thought to have been composed in the 2nd century by Gnostic Christians.
Germonique was Judas, and Saint Ajura was Jesus. He sold him out to the empire.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
All right,
yes.
I'm with you now.
Are you with me? Okay, good. Calming myself, I turned the pages. Then I found something more amazing than the historical legacy in my hands. I thought Germonique compiled Saint Ajura's words in this book, but I was wrong. It is a record of Saint Ajura's activities, and not the Saint Ajura we knew. A record of Ajura, the human. First off, Saint Ajura is not human. Those are conflicting sentences.
Yep, sure.
I'm not a true believer in Glabados like Zalbag, but I do believe Saint Ajura was a child of God sent from heaven to save this troubled world. Rather, I should say I did believe that until I read this book. It was the golden age when many airships flew all over the sky, like in Final Fantasy XII.
Mm-hmm.
The day Saint Ajura was born in Bernevia of Lassalia, he stood up and walked to the well and said, he was born, and he just got up and went,
reborn.
Yeah. Calamity will come from this well soon. We must seal it so people don't drink the water. Days later, the plague swept over Bavernia. The people who drank the tainted water died, but the only family who believed him didn't get sick and survived. Since then, the people called him Miracle Child, Child of God.
So don't drink the taint, become Miracle Child.
Yes. When Saint Ajura turned 20, he became a savior with a U, like in Canada.
10 years before Jesus. Good job, bud.
And was sent to heaven as a member of God. A member of God.
Member of God. I'm sure that's what the original translation meant.
Long before Evilis was united, it was divided into 7 small kingdoms: Zeltinia, Fovaham, Lionel, Limbury, Lassalia, Gallion, Moran.
That's actually helpful.
I think we've heard that once before, but it's good to hear it again. As the kingdoms continued to increase their territories, the wars continued. In the several hundred years of war, an ambitious young king was born in Moran. Though he led an army large enough to cover Evilis, the way to victory was long and hard. Using the secret method from an ancient book, the king tried to summon an evil spirit and use its power. But the evil spirit killed the king and tried to destroy the world.
Shit.
One brave with 12 followers collected zodiac stones from all over the world and revived them. They destroyed evil in an instant and succeeded in sending the evils back to Hades, or hell. That's how they became saviors, with a U, like Canada. That's the Zodiac Braves legend. Ever since, every time the world is in danger, they appear, save the world, and disappear. When Saint Ajura was alive, similar things occurred. The king of Limbury summoned an evil spirit to take over Evilis. The world once again fell into crisis. Saint Ajura collected 12 holy stones, just like the legend, formed the Zodiac Braves, and killed the devil, aka Satan. But heroes are always a nuisance to ruler of countries.
Heroes are always nuisance to ruler of countries. Is that what you said?
Yes. Is that not true?
Yeah, no, good, yeah, I guess.
Heroes are always nuisances to rulers of
Well, there
country.
is some plurality, singular, object, verb confusion.
Yeah,
there.
now that I look at
All
the
right.
sentence, it was me that fucked up, not the localization,
okay.
so we're going to keep it that way. The Eudora Empire was afraid of Ajora, who was gaining power, announcing the arrival of God's kingdom. Eudora sent troops against one of his sect. The priest of Farah, the largest sect then, were afraid of Ajora's power. He was caught and executed at Gologrand execution grounds after Germonic told of his whereabouts for money. So Golgotha really was the place of the skull, Eric.
Yeah, from Bible.
What if somebody kidnapped the princess and tried to execute her at the place where Jesus was crucified?
There's still time.
That'd be crazy. But Saint Ajora was a child of God, and the priests of Farah were smitten by an angry God. I don't think that's the right word. Smited. It says smitten, but it should be smited.
Smitten means fall in love with.
I know.
Yeah, okay.
It's the wrong word. After the execution, the base at Farah, Muran, sunken by various...
His name's Moron?
Murand. I don't know.
Milan?
Various natural disasters. This is how Saint Ajora was sent to heaven as a child of God and became a member of God. Back to member of God. That's all I know. Almost anyone in Nikoku knows... I don't know what a Koku is.
According to Kyoku.
Yeah. Is the myth of Saint Ajora. But the Saint Ajora in the Germanic scriptures was a totally different person. Ajora was not a child of God, but a human just like us. An ambitious revolutionary who fought to fulfill his dream. Moreover, he loved peace and was not a hero who risked his life for others. This was what Germonic wrote. A founder of an advanced new religion, Ajora was a threat to the empire, but Ajora had another side to him, and another other than being a priest. He was a spy who entered enemy territory, agitating and gaining information. Christ was a spy. Anyhow, Saint Ajora was a threat to the empire. The empire sent Germonic to find proof that Ajora was a spy. Yes, Germonic was also a spy of the empire, watching Ajora's activities. They say Ajora tried to revive the Zodiac Braves. Germonic found some holy stones to prove it, but what does that have to do with Reformation? I don't know if young King Lingberry really summoned an evil spirit. At least nothing is written about it in this book. However, it's a fact that Muran met with natural disaster and sunk into the sea at the time of Ajora's death. This is where Simon's notes were most interesting. They appeared to be his personal opinion. Quote, despite rumors of its existence, no one ever saw the Germanic scriptures. I don't know whether the book tells truth or fabricates Ajora's great achievements. When I was a heresy examiner for the church, many examiners felt afraid to show the people this book. The high priest probably felt the same because everything in the book was true. After Ajora's death, the church had him unite Saint Ajora with God, making him divine. To do that, unsuitable facts had to be deleted from history. Unsuitable facts.
Sorry, I'm still stuck on when I was a heresy examiner.
And Saint Ajora had to become a child of God. They were wise to use the Zodiac Brave story, widely believed in Ikoku. It was easy to make people believe the Zodiac Braves led Ajora killed an imaginary evil spirit.
Dude, fucking unsuitable facts is something your lawyer says in a divorce trial about your affairs.
Yeah.
It's like, these are unsuitable facts.
So I am taking away from here that like there is some element to like using the story of the Zodiac Braves to control people that we talked about before. Like people might actually be doing that. When I read this book, I lost my faith.
Oh God, man, this is still going?
Yes, but I'm not sad because it inspired me to search for the truth. At the same time, I'm guilty for not bringing it to light, even though I knew the church was lying. Why? Because if I told people about the book, I was afraid they would take the library away from me. I think he means the underground book storage or the whole monastery. I would have been devastated if the library was taken away from me because it has satisfied my thirst for knowledge.
Just say internet instead of library. Like, I'm good on the internet. They're going to take the internet away they'll put me in jail if I say this is...
But my curiosity got the best of me. Simon spoke of an imaginary evil, but I sensed a scheme by someone other than the high priest after seeing the berserk power of the holy stones.
Fucking berserk power.
And that's all.
So neither Necronomicon nor Bible. What do we got here? Just a fun
Gnostic
tale?
Gospel of Judas.
There you go.
We
Much
did
better
it.
answer.
After consulting that book, I'm very tired. Would you like now to consult the RealNet?
I would.
Initializing RealNet.
Hello, RealNet, and good morning to you. I love you. Dirty Brown Man says, I've never worked out with headphones, but I'm sure Retrograde Amnesia will make an awesome hot sounds at the gym. You got to work out with headphones.
Yeah. My gym workouts and run workouts are always complemented by headphones.
Dirty Brown Man says, I like to be able to hear things around me. Also, running with headphones would require me to go running, which I don't like.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely a risk.
Get some
bone conducting?
Some bone conducting headphones, some Shocks. They're very good. I have some, and I love them. They keep your ear holes open and conduct that sound through the bone into your brain, which is kind of crazy to think about. But they work really well, especially for if you just want to have like a low bed of music in the background or podcasts. I don't know the context, but John Doe says, Tears of the Stars, Hearts of the People plays.
I almost said that because there was some line earlier that was dangerously close to Tears of the Stars, Hearts of the People.
I missed that.
Sure, we can play that right now, though. That's fine.
WP says, I think Float lets you avoid liquids earth damage, and I think it gives you jump +1.
Let me avoid liquids, please.
Yes. It might make you weak to wind damage. I know in Final Fantasy VI, if you had Float on, then Bolt would do more damage to you because you're not grounded. Get it?
Were you in the car the one time Nick was driving and a power line fell on top of it and there was great debate as to whether or not we were grounded?
I didn't go with you guys, but I was...
You were there?
Back at your location, your original location or something?
Yeah.
And I heard the story afterwards, yeah.
Like there was reasonable debate if we got out of the car, if we would be electrocuted, if we were like negatively charged or some shit.
Yeah.
This is before we had smartphones, so it's like, well, fucking call your friend.
Shit. WP says too much peanut butter last night for Kirby. No, she ate a whole loaf of bread, I think.
That's a reference to the dog in the room that kept farting during production.
Can I tell you about my new peanut butter discovery?
Oh yeah, I love peanut butter discoveries.
Check this shit out. Bagel.
Yeah?
Peanut butter or almond butter. Sliced avocado. Salt and pepper. Open face. So you've got two things to eat out of that.
That sounds pretty good.
It's delicious.
My default toast product is sliced avocado on lightly toasted oat nut bread with salt.
Salt.
Just salt. Salt. The salt really does something to the avocado that is special. I'm not really sure.
I'm not a big guacamole fan, but I like avocado-ass avocado.
Dirty Brown Man says, Chris, reading the Germonic Scriptures reminds me of reading a lore book in the Elder Scrolls for 10 to 30 minutes at a time.
I tried to read one of, the only major reading I've ever done in a game is Lost Odyssey. The rest, I'm like, I don't come on.
WP also says you'll have to do a proposition quest in order to do all the side quests, which I'm not familiar with what that means, because I've only done one side quest so far. Rasmus says Eric's soul has left.
It was tough, man.
Yeah. I debated on whether or not I should pre-record the reading of the scriptures because it was so long, but I figured there might be some commentary worthwhile
it's fine.
In the middle, and I think we got some gags out of it, so I'm glad we did it. All right, RealNet, thank you for joining us this morning on this morning podcast. It's a morning podcast, by the way. Until next time, Eric.
Dog keeps farting. You got to do the whole outro, but, you know.
I know. This episode was a production of Retrograde Amnesia, recorded on June 14th, 2024. Thank you, Mark Shepard, for the introductory music.
Joke's on you. I didn't even play that. I asked AI to do it in a prompt, even though there weren't AI tools yet. Think about it, the government.
And thank you, WorldSyn, for the podcast artwork. You can find us on Twitter at RetroAmnesiaPod. Email us at podcast@retrogradeamnesia.com or support us on Patreon at patreon.com/retroam. You can get bonus episodes like the Terranigma miniseries or a complete exploration of every single fucking thing in the video game Radical Dreamers and other stuff too, you know. Until next time, Eric.
It hasn't been the dog farting. It was me the entire time, Chris.
Damn it. And now you may go back to fart. Cal L says, I order my coffee from a place in Arkansas. That sounds like a terrible idea. Shouldn't do that.
There's a lot of online gourmet coffee order things.
Yeah.
A lot of them are puzzlingly right wing.
Rudy Coffee?
Which one? Do you want to plug that right now? Or?
No, I don't want to plug. No one listening.
Oh, Rudy, yes, yeah, that kind of
Rudy Coffee.
Yeah.
Have you seen the
promo?
Have you seen the website? The website's hilarious.
Yeah, I haven't seen the website.
The company that it's one of those. I can't remember what it's called, but it's like one of those things that we make the coffee and then you attach your brand to it kind of situations.
Right. So most of them are.
And I think that they filed for bankruptcy
already
before they signed Rudy Giuliani.
Yeah, I mean, he's the hottest of brands right now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Rudy Coffee. I also ordered my shave soap from the same place.
What?
That's what Cal said. Coffee and shave soap from Arkansas. I was under the impression. I was told that you should not get anything from Arkansas.
Hey, right now, Arkansas facts, go. Pick one.
Hogs.
Bill Clinton.
Razorbacks. Nolan Richardson. Bill Clinton is about all. If you were to ask me to name people from Arkansas, I would say Bill Clinton and.
Is Bill Clinton from Arkansas?
think so. I mean, if you were the governor of Arkansas, then you might as well be from there, right?
I don't know. Rand Paul's not from here. Mitch McConnell's not from here.
I know. Hillary Clinton's not from New York.
Yeah.
She was a senator there. I was also going to say Nolan Richardson, but I don't think he's from there, but he's from there, you know?
Fucking geography.
Is Diddy Crumb from Louisville?
I don't think so.
He's not. He's from California.
Yeah.
But he's from Louisville now because he died there, I guess.
That's right. That's right.
The bold, well, you know, if anyone that we've heard about had a bold sense of justice, let me just restate that. Lester charmed one of the lady knights and she woke around. She woke. The dog keeps farting and it's throwing me off. It's not good. I need to let the dog out soon.
Is that your answer? That's one sentence.
Sorry.
The dog does keep farting. The dog is a bag of gas.
Yeah. Yeah. We're going to, between episodes, we're going to let the dog out and we're going to light a candle. Okay? I got to find a light. It smudged when I rubbed it. It smudged when I rubbed it.
Okay, stop talking about rubbing, please.
So Germonique was Jesus. No.
So, you claim that your son was brainwashed by voodoo witch doctors and forced to recruit others. Let's take a call.
Hello, Sally.
Mr. Adams, please stop calling. We do not know where they meet. Let's take another call.
Miracle child of God. No, miracle.
With my guys dead on the floor, Ramza stops to chat. He's surprised that
I can't say for sure that if Japanese role-playing game
speaks.
Is this the wonder of the ore site?
Question mark. Did you get another interaction?
Playtime!